welcome to another video. So today we're going to talk about my eye disease or medical condition that caused my visual impairment at birth, which is retinopathy of prematurity. It's down on the written on the screen below. It's Retinopathy. That's retinopathy. You know the word of. This is all like space, separate words. Then prematurity. Prematurity, and then the short form is ROP. For those that don't know that have a hard time pronouncing it correctly. So let's get started with what it causes. So retinopathy of prematurity, it happens at birth. So prematurely born, it happens when prematurely born infants, it has to be diagnosed with abnormal blood vessels in the light sensitive part of your eye or your retina. That's how we see light, colors, and everything. It's like the camera of the eye. It's like the window. I think retinopathy of prematurity is pretty common. There's no cure for it. Like most medical conditions that cause disabilities, like eye diseases in particular. So according to research, 14,000 prematurely born babies with ROP in the U.S. per year, that's an estimate. About 1,100 or 1,500, about 10%, develop a severe disease, and they need to require medical treatment. And about 400 to 600 babies are born with ROP, and I am one of them, that also become legally blind, and I am legally blind myself. But it's a disorder of the eye. ROP does resolve over time without treatment. It I guess heals itself. But advanced ROP can cause vision problems like visual impairment or blindness. I mean, either way, there's laser therapy, which is where this is what they did with me when I was a baby. And my twin brother, because my twin brother is visually impaired, as I've said before, and he has ROP as well. Do this laser procedure. It's a surgery under general anesthesia. When the retina is detached from the abnormal blood vessels, because they kind of this sounds kind of weird, but it's they turn into a jello type substance, and it's very they start bleeding, and that's that can cause a scar in the retina and detachment. And then what the laser therapy does is it reattaches the retina, glues it back in place. It does save the center part of your eye most of the time, from what I remember. I'll link down a website, Mayo Clinic, about what is ROP and how it's treated and everything. Some of the methods they do. There's definitely advancements now compared to when I was diagnosed back in the early 2000s when I was born. The laser therapy is the most common thing used with infants with ROP or babies, and it does it can be risky with the peripheral vision. Peripheral vision can be affected by it in the long run. My eye's kind of shaped here, I'll show you. If you look close, I'll zoom in when I'm editing this. It's shaped like a football. I don't know if people's eyes are just round or just like that. I don't know. It's that's just how mine is. Same with my eye that's blinded. I'm blinded. Both of my retinas did detach, so I don't have full eyesight in this eye, but I do have enough to at least see, I can see them in frame. I see my ring light right there. I can see pretty much a lot of detail in my room, but it's not full eyesight. It's not full eyesight though, so that way, because I don't want people making wrong assumptions of my visual impairment. Blindness and visual impairment is a spectrum. That's what they do in the surgery, and most of the time it does work. So you guys know I went blind in my right eye here after that retinal detachment, because retinal detachment is very risky and it's pretty scary because it can cause complete blindness, and there's always risk of surgery, and that's what happened when I was born. They wanted to make sure I had enough vision as possible, and luckily I'm very grateful for the vision I do have in my left eye, because you guys know, you guys can tell, from me traveling, you can tell, I can see quite a bit of things from in my left eye. Plus, my eye looks quote unquote normal, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have full eyesight. You can't tell that I am fully sighted. You would have to medical professionals, my eye doctor, he can see and eye doctors that I've seen in the past, they've noticed that like my eye, like I don't have full eyesight because I can see my visual acuity on the eye chart. I have enough vision to see where it is, and I can see some of the letters to only too many lines, if you know what I mean. There's only a certain amount of distance I can see until it's just like, it's really hard to see. And plus, like with my nystagmus, you can probably see my eyes shaking. Then it starts, like my eyes start fatiguing and straining, and it's hard and it's too much, especially when you're dilated. They dilate me like every other eye doctor appointment. There's also like a thing called cryptotherapy. That's it was used in the past, but it's not as common now, because like the laser therapy one is more general. It's more better outcomes. And when you get the ROP diagnosis, research being done with like some medications that can like help ROP, but like I said, there's no cure for ROP. There's just treatment options. Like that's what happened when I was like born. I've had throughout life, like I've talked about glaucoma. That's another disease that's progressive. ROP is not progressive at all. It stabilizes, I guess. I think there's two forms, it seems like, because there wasn't too much on Mayo Clinic, but there was enough to like get like the broad like overview of it. Sometimes with like I put traction on my retina and I need to slow down. Like I've had to sit out of the pacer test before. I was in adaptive physical education, or PE, with my vision program with other blind visually impaired individuals, and we all like did stuff at our own pace. That's what I've grown up being in for most of my schooling. I'm able to do the pacer test successfully. It's just sometimes there's been times in the past where I've had to sit out because it puts traction on my retina, and I can see like these flashing lights. You know when you like touch your eye very gently a little bit, and you can see some like colors like flat, like some stars or sparkling lights flashing. I don't poke my eyes like how I used to in the past. I think it's a big blindness thing that a lot of us with blindness have. I don't know vividly what the colors are, but I know they're like sparkling lights and stars, and I had to go to the eye doctor in the past because of that, because like it was like very like it made me like give me a headache, and plus like my nystagmus was getting worse because, you know, my eyes shake like this the way my fingers are. They're not shaking right now, I can tell. Well, now they are a little, but they do like if I'm like trying to like look at something far away, or if I'm really trying hard to see something that's small very closely in front of me to make out what it is. It makes my eyes like blurry. Like that's why I don't always use my vision, because of that. I don't always like rely on my vision. I rely on my touching or hearing too. Yeah, like that's what the general stuff is for ROP from my knowledge, and also what I've grown up with, and also just like I know some of my one friend Brianna, who's visually impaired, and she's probably watching this right now. She reached out to some of her like other Facebook friends in a group that she's in that also have retinopathy or prematurity, and they want to know more. And I've heard that like I've gotten some positive feedback from it, and that's what I want. Like I noticed that I've seen a spike in my subscriber rate. I now have 51. Actually 54 now. It's going up fast. Subscribers, and I first off want to say thank you all so much for the support, and I really appreciate it. If some of Brianna's friends are watching, or if anybody else who just stumbled upon my stuff, hello, welcome to the channel. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll link the Mayo Clinic website down below about retinopathy or prematurity. And that'll be it. Bye.